If you are a property investor and now you're trying to figure out what are the properties that you can invest in, here's the good news, because I'll be doing a brand new investor series where I will share with you my analysis on projects, especially on their pre-launch and post-launch. And I'm very sure this will benefit you. So stay tuned and watch this video. Hi everyone, my name is Gaynor from Property Made Simple, and if you are new to this channel, remember to click the subscribe button. So today we'll be talking about this project, Clavon, right? And it will be a pre-launch investors series, right? So you might be wondering, what do I mean by pre-launch and post-launch, right? So just to clarify, in every project, whenever the developer is going to launch the project, there'll be a series of marketing that the agents will do to hype up the projects, and information that you as a buyer will receive is probably just the floor plan, the site plan, the show flat will be ready, you will know where's the location, stuff like that. But one critical factor that you will be missing is the actual pricing, right? So you won't know the price until, the day you go for the booking, right? Especially somewhere in this video, probably just above, there's a link where I will link the video whereby I will touch about mistakes that buyers make during the booking day. And I think that will be very beneficial for you guys as well. So without further ado, let's jump into this series about Clavon, right? So as what I mentioned just now, during this pre-launch, we really don't know what is the actual pricing for Clavon, right? And that's why in this video, I'm trying to estimate what will be the price point. And also with the estimate price point that, I share with you guys, whether is this a good entry price. And eventually, I will share with you guys my views so that you can probably make a decision whether would you probably go for it or you would rather avoid it, okay? Now, just to share with you guys the location of Clavon, right? So what you see right now is actually the map, and it's actually in Clementi, right? So Clavon, as you can see, I actually have a star there. I label a star here, right? So overall, you can really see that in terms of Clementi area, you are surrounded by plenty of good schools, financial institutions like Singapore Poly, NUS, stuff like that. So by and large, you will notice that Clementi is actually a good location, be it for stay and for investment as well, right? And if you really look up close in this map, Clavon is actually just beside the expressway, which is the AYE, and also there's a new project beside, which is just probably 1 or 2 years old, is Clement Canopy. So it's just somewhere here and also beside this Nanhua High School. So I just want to give you a glimpse of where the location is, right? If I really can zoom down, it's actually just beside this Clementi Avenue 1. Just some fact sheet that I have received fresh from the oven, right, from the developer side, right? So you can see that Clavon will have 2 blocks of 37 stories high, right? There will be a total of 640 units, right? And it comprises of 1 bedroom plus study, 2 bedroom, we have 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, and 5 bedrooms as well. So this is just some basic information about Clavon. This is the golden question, right? What will be the estimated price as in the PSF? So this is where I want to jump inside my personal analysis to you guys. You can really see from this report that actually shared that UOL submits a top bid of $491 million for this Clementi Avenue 1 GLS site. So GLS is government land sales, right? And this government land sales, there are a total of 5 bids. Can you see there are a total of 5 bids, right? And of course, UOL emerged, right, as the top bidder, right? And they actually bid, the price of $491 million for the size of 178,064 square feet plot of land, right? And this actually comes to a PSF of $788 per square foot per plot ratio. In fact, I'm also putting a link somewhere on this article, right? You can actually go and take a look at this article as well in this video. Now, we know that the bid was $788 PSF, right? So we also need to factor in, what are the construction costs, the land financing costs, stuff like that, and the marketing costs. And the total cost that the developer, as in UOL, will have will be around $831, the total cost, right? As in $1 million, right? So the estimated break-even PSF will be $1,334 per square foot. So here's the thing. You know that the break-even is $1,334 per square foot, right? So this is the break-even. So how much profits will the developer, mark up in order to sell at the price that is profitable to them, right? So what will be the estimated selling price? And this is where we will jump into, right, this analysis. I just want to share with you another new project that was launched since last year, right, which is Park Clementis. So where is Park Clementis? Park Clementis is also along this, is also in Clementi area, and it's just along the expressway, AYE expressway as well, right? And it's a very huge plot of land, right? And it's also very close proximity to this Clementi MRT station as well. Now, let's just take a look at how much this Park Clementis, what was their break-even price, right? So for Park Clementis, it's actually an en bloc, right? And the highest bid was actually $850 per square foot, right? And also the developer for Park Clementis actually had to pay for the land, the construction, the financing, the legals, the marketing, stuff like that. And the total cost add up will be this amount of money. And the break-even is actually $1,343 per square foot. Now, you might be wondering, the developer actually paid so much for the land. Why the break-even PSF is still the same, roughly around the same as Clavon, right? You just have to take note that this Park Clementis area, this place, is actually huge. And that's why it brings down the PSF to $1,300 per square foot because the land size is big, right? Even they spend a lot of money. They know that they can build a lot of units, right? And their break-even is actually $1,343 per square foot. So what will be the estimated selling price for Park Clementis, right? So I also did some research, and I bring some analysis to you guys. Now, you will understand that for Park Clementis, they actually has been selling since last year. Their lowest price per square foot was $1,346 per square foot. And their highest PSF is $1,750 per square foot. So their average selling price, if I average it out, is actually $1,633 per square foot. And you base on their break-even price of $1,343 and their average selling price of this amount is actually an increase of around 20%, which is an increase of $290 per square foot. Now, so if I can add this increase in price to Clavon as well, right? And if I increase this, if I put this increase in terms of profit of 20 to 22%, the estimated selling price for Clavon will actually be $1,614 per square foot. So this will be the estimated selling price, which I think it can be lower or it can be higher as well. So it all depends. This is just an average. So here comes the golden question as well, right? Is $1,614 per square foot a good entry price for you as a buyer to look in or to invest as well? So this is where I want to share with you a little bit more in detail, right? So this, what you see right now, is actually the screenshot of the past transactions for Park Clementis. And this is actually when it was during the launch day, which is in last year, 2019 in August, right? And these are just, some of the transactions that are extracted out. And the size is from a 2-bedroom to a 1-bedroom to a 3-bedroom premium, stuff like that. And you can see that their PSF is also around 1,500, 1,600, 1,500. So on the average from here, you can actually see that their average PSF sold is also around $1,600 or slightly lower, $1,500 per square foot, right? But you have to take note that, of course, those of a smaller size, right? For example, like a 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom, generally their PSF will be higher. Whereas those bigger in sizes like 3 or 4 bedrooms, their PSF will be slightly lesser. This is, quite standard. Okay, so you will know that Park Clementi's is also selling at this estimated price as well. So probably we will take a look now do some comparison for the resale, which is, I'll be very interested to look at what are the transactions happening now in Clement Canopy, which is just beside Clavon. Now, why I want to make this comparison? Because Clement Canopy is also a new project. It's just TOP 1-2 years ago. So I want to know what are the current prices the buyers today are willing to pay, right? If Clement Canopy did not achieve a fantastic price, so meaning to say, the demand in that area may not be good as well. But if Clement Canopy is able to uphold their selling price, then we will understand more in detail that, hey, in Clementi, or probably you are looking to invest in Clavon, something that probably you will know that you want to understand as well. Okay, so Clement Canopy, for this, you actually see the map, right? It's just beside Clavon as well. So I just tried to do some extraction of the current transactions. So I actually took out those in year 2000 and 2019. So we have a 2-bedroom and we have a 3-bedroom as well, the bigger size, and I think probably this might be a bigger 4-bedroom or probably a 3-bedroom premium, right? So we will understand that, there are currently 4 transactions, not a lot, but, we can probably use this as an estimate, right? So we have a 2-bedroom that has been sold resale, right, at 1.2 million. We have a 3-bedroom, 1.6. We probably have a 4-bedroom at around 1.9. I think this is probably a 4-bedroom. I'm not too sure, but probably I can check, right? But I use an average of this 4 and do an average. The average is actually $1,547 per square foot. So if you do a comparison between this 1,500 and this 1,600, that is by estimated price for Clavon, actually the price difference is not really huge, right? So I think at the end of the day, if you ask me what is my verdict, whether should you take a look at Clavon, I think probably you should really just go and explore Clavon. If it is selling at around $1,600 per square foot, I think the resale market and even the new market, the new launch for Park Clementi's, they are really quite close in terms of pricing. And if you're able to get Clavon at around this price as well, I think this is something that you can explore. Now, of course, I have to state something really very important. At the end of the day, it still depends on the unit type, the price point that you're looking at. And that's why, I emphasize that you really, really have to analyze before you go and make the purchase. Because what I'm sharing with you right now is just an estimated PSF. And whether this estimated PSF is something that you can look at, right? At the end, it's still what type of unit, what is the actual price point you're buying. So, I hope this video is beneficial to you. And if you feel that this is good, just help me to click the subscribe, or probably can leave some comments in this video so that I can, share with you more about how I feel as well. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!